What's up, Gemma? Thank you, Vivi. Still figuring out what the page is gonna look like. So I have a script of what I'm supposed to do. If you could look, it's very faint, but I erased it. There's a right panels, right? This was the page. No, this was not. This was the page before it. The last thing that happens in this panel is the older brother figure basically tells him that, you know, I think it was something like they had to take a break, or what was it? What the hell does he tell him? I gotta run through this again. Because I try not to think about the dialogue too much. But sometimes the dialogue leads you into the next page, and it can make a transition that would otherwise be a hard transition if you didn't have, you know, specific dialogue to indicate that. So we'll see. I gotta chew on this. So he absorbs this death-like energy, right? So he could keep practicing controlling his power to produce just like the regular aura instead of this deadly aura, right? And he tells him, don't worry about me, to keep trying, because it's important for him to learn this control over it, to learn how to control his basic aura, right? And he's doing this technique that's gonna allow him to concentrate all his aura, all his ghost aura is what it's called, into a ball, into a blast. And that's a good way to teach him. So I'm thinking maybe in this page what happens is he tells him not to worry, to just keep practicing, because he keeps going to that deadly aura, right? And so let's see here. Hi, your Munger. What's up, bro? I'm alright. So let's see here. Hold on, somebody's knocking. Yeah, enjoy your day off, bro. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let's keep going. Thinking here. I don't want to think too much. That's dangerous. Hey, how you doing, Crispin? So the older brother figure allows him to do more blasts, right? Allows him to keep going. He'll absorb this deadly energy. Don't worry about it. And so what should happen on this page is we should have a mini victory. We should have him doing it successfully, and maybe it's a tiny success. He does it. And he does it, and after he does it, it takes all his willpower to do it. To do this small little flame to control his destruction aura so it doesn't get out of control, to make it just basic ghost aura. He does a small little flame, and that takes all his energy to focus, and he passes out maybe, we'll see. They have 2 years to train, so they have time. Damn, this motherfucker's loud. Shut up. Lower your volume, man. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do about the music for a second. So we would have repetitions of him doing that ghost cannon technique, right? But every time it turns into a destruction cannon, which is not what he wants to do. And so we'd have that happen here, and then maybe the brother tells him do it again, and then it'll happen again, do it again, and then he tells them, or we could just have it in 1, 2, 3 panels, like again, and then we go here. Maybe there's some good advice he's given at this panel, and the little brother takes that advice, and in this case he's able to do sustain an actual basic ghost flame. Older brother's excited, he sees progress, and then all of a sudden this last panel we see the little brother pass out because it took all his energy to do that. And we could even increase the sense of time by showing, because they're in this like training room. It's called the Hollow Room, where they could create any holographic version of whatever they need to train, right? So they're just doing some basic target practice in this scene to train his aura. In this case, we could have maybe the Hollow Room indicate the amount of days they've been in there, or hours, So we could have that there, and we could still have him pass out at the end of this page. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's try this out. Day 1, day 2, maybe we could have an in between. So we have like the little holographic analysis, the information, right? Maybe it's like floating, and it has like, it says days, day 1, day 2, day 3, or hours. We can get specific with it. We can have that there, we can have that there, we can have that there, have that there. And then here on maybe day 5 or whatever, we see him actually pull it off, and this would be like the money shot panel, I guess you'd say. And then the older brother's surprised, this here, and then the younger brother is super happy, but he's like super exhausted looking. And then the older brother, what would be cool if the older brother, because he's been absorbing this destructive death energy from the little brother, to allow him to kind of keep trying and practicing to get the basics and not this advanced version of the aura technique that he's doing. Maybe he actually coughs up blood when he's surprised that he's been actually affected by that destructive aura he's been absorbing, and he's been trying to hide it. And so we can have him actually cough up blood when he gets surprised that, hey, after 5 days of just straight trying to do this, he was able to pull it off. And even though it's like this little flare, so, and then that's where the younger brother notices that, but he passes out. The little brother passes out because it took all his energy just to do that little thing. Okay, I'm starting to see it a little more clear. But it might be conflicting. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just doing the panel layout anymore. Kind of get a sense. Okay, we should probably show... Okay, I'm thinking, because he has to absorb that deadly aura from him, so he could allow him to keep practicing the technique to control the basics, basically. we need to indicate him absorbing that energy, but this, I don't know, we can just show, okay. You can show like that veiny, because you see how there's like these veins that start to spread when he was absorbing that death energy, that destroyer aura. So we could have the brother be right here. Maybe we see a little bit of his neck or something, and him telling him again, and then we have him. We see the backside. Okay, so over here, it's that destruction cannon he accidentally keeps doing. And then in this panel, you can actually have the older brother kind of pretty much at his own limit. Maybe he even has some internal monologue kind of confirming that he's absorbed so much from him that he could probably, if he does another one, he'll probably pass out. So he doesn't want to absorb any more for that day. He's reached his limit essentially. So the older brother could be like talking about how he's trying to hide maybe the veins, that death energy kind of creeping up on him. Maybe he's trying to hide it. Let's see. He's got that inner monologue thinking. He's looking at the spirit log. And then all of a sudden, whoa. he notices the little brother is able to pull it off this time. So let's see. Okay, and then in this panel, so we can change this up now. Maybe he even fires it and hits the target. So let's see. So there's a target down here. So how about... Maybe even in this panel, he's having that internal dialogue where he's like, I can't keep absorbing his destruction aura. That shit is gonna make me pass out because it's been fucking 3 days straight. Now, and then he tries to tell him like, hey, you need to take a break. Tells him he's gonna tell him in this panel, but then he succeeds it on doing it, and he fires it, hits the target, and the brother's happy about that. Well, we want to see him jumping for joy, right? And then he passes out. So, let's see. I know what to do. Maybe he doesn't jump for joy. Instead, what happens is brother. Excited for him. He's telling him That's awesome, you did it. But then you see in this last panel, kid falls, passes out. We're gonna have to have a little bit more beats, and it's getting a little cluttered. So we probably change this bottom layout a little bit. Thanks, Puerto. I'm working on some storyboarding for my manga, and this is the previous page, and I'm trying to continue the story on this page. But I'm figuring out the layout and how it's gonna flow, but I want to change it up a little bit because I like the montage idea. You know, we get this day 1, day 2, day 3, him trying hard to do the technique he's supposed to do. The older brother, we show that he's affected because he's actually absorbing the death energy that he's emitting when he's supposed to be doing the basics energy, right? And he's keeping it to himself with this inner monologue. He's saying like, oh, you know, I don't think I can consume any more of this, or I'm gonna end up getting really hurt, you know, or passing out or something. And I can't have him thinking that that he's affected me. And so he's about to tell him to take a break, but he finally succeeds at doing the technique. He fires at the target, and the brother's super happy. And in this case, we see the brother telling him like, hey, good job, you know, I knew you could do it, da da da. And then you see the little brother pass out. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. But I'm not a fan of this layout. So, but at least we have the scenario kind of cooking up. I gotta keep messing with it. You know what? I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay with this for sure. The issue I'm having is this little panel, because I'm like trying to put all this and I'm forced to cut into the. If we rearrange because he's firing it, it's got to be that size. If I do it this way, it's just gonna be weird. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna figure it out as we go anyways. Things are gonna change. This is not, you know, it's written in stone. Carved in stone. And even then we'll break the rock if it was. Because it's gotta be right. It's gotta be perfect. I'm joking. What up, Sonny? Hello. Awesome, that's really good. You got 78%, which is good in Canada. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm making one right now. This is we're working on the next page after this. Thank you. What funny is your live happen after school end for me? Cool. What time is it over there? Oh, 4, wow. All right, be careful. All that disrespectful shit, I just can't tolerate. But when you break my heart, you usually say the word it ain't. Knife up in my back, I took in my window to try. I don't ponder on the pins, they just yesterday. I don't need no drinker, I be lonely. If I said I don't want her love, but I need it, cause it keep me going. Go to hell, I'm back in days, and keep it with me, it's not gone. In my mind, they got places to my dream, with my song. I got no intro, nobody, but my fucking job. Hey, I'm 15 in the cold shoulder, that's the dad. We don't write, we don't handshakes, we don't trust them. I respect these ones, let them know no hug is fucking. I'm trying to have faith in something, I'm trying to believe in him. But if I don't believe in him, why he believe in me? I need a holy water, but I'm looking high tech. The fucking niggas dollars know they got no self-respect. From pride just to private jets, just to show my flex. I say it with my chest, I can't let check the check. I get it stressing like just to show I do my best. If I'm broke, I never sleep, I don't deserve no rest. They just red, round my neck. All this blue, round my fit, bunch of rain.
All that disrespectful shit, I just can't tolerate. But really break my heart is you say they know that ain't.
It is 1 p.m.
I don't ponder on the plans, they just yesterday. I don't remember what I be running. If I said I don't, I don't want no love, but I need to take it going, playing wrong house. I need we have like that, but I feel like I go down, how these days away. I be doing better, then I be getting worse. And when I go down, trust me, girl, it really hurt. I feel like we in Houston, how I drown and drink. Hey, it might be disrespectful, but that's just my pain. Feel like we in Houston, how I drown and drink. I be disrespectful, but that's just my pain.
That's funny. Why? I'm in California. What's up, Ravioli? Thank you for the follow. I don't know. That's up to you to decide.
To my old ways. Let me go back to them old days. I'ma get it on my own day. Straight me mugging in the hallways. And don't look at me, don't approach days. Take your jacket when I'm cold days. I'd rather do this shit alone days. Even if it is a long way.
All right.
All you niggas is pretend, boy. I don't wanna do a song, boy. Wipe your shit and that's the end, boy. Give me back when you got bread, boy. Get back to you when I can, boy. I hope they listen what I said.
Thank you, Ravioli. Thank you. this one right here. This panel in here. Hits the target. Fires it off. We'll mess with it later. Yeah, it's gonna be over here.
Next, I got songs showing up. Some serious guitar skills. Ayaki first.
Picking here. It's kind of off. This bottom part is what the issue is. Let's change this. Thank you, Mekun. Appreciate you for the follow. Since there's some new faces, I might as well show you what we're working on here. So, in this page, the older brother is teaching the younger brother how to do a move that'll help him control his deadly power, right? But because the younger brother still lacks that control, he keeps accessing not just the regular power, but he goes to that deadly power that could cause things to fall apart. And the older brother absorbs that energy so he could keep practicing this technique, right? The ghost cannon technique. So he can learn to concentrate the basics and not just go jump up all the way to that deadly energy he has. It's called destruction aura. So he's teaching him that day 1, day 2, day 3. Every time he tries it, he goes immediately into that destructive aura. And the older brother, he doesn't want to show it, but it's starting to affect him because he's having to absorb it so he can nullify its damage. And what ends up happening is he tells him, hey, let's take a break, but then he gets surprised because the younger brother is able to actually pull it off. He's able to pull off the regular ghost cannon, not the destruction cannon. And he fires and hits the target. The older brother is happy, and he tells him, all right, let's take a well-deserved break or whatever. And then he sees that the younger brother passed out from trying so hard. So let's see here. Thank you for the roses. But this bottom part, I feel like it's just so... I gotta make sure it doesn't feel cluttered. Now, what I could do is add a page and move this to the next page. Move all this stuff to the next page. Or what I could do is get rid of him firing the target and just have him happy that he's able to do it. And the older brother, is cheering him on. And then that's where the younger brother passes out. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. So we could rearrange it. Maybe he passed out standing up. So, because he's been doing this for days on end. Maybe he finally was able to do it because he exhausted that destructive aura to a degree to where he was able to just get his basic aura out, the ghost aura. So, let's see. Gotta give him room to pass out. So we'll just have 2 panels. That's the best way to do this. Him, the older brother, cheering him on, just saying, look, now all you gotta do is fire at the target. And then he realizes he's passed out. And we see him fall, and the older brother notice over here. Okay. Okay. Or I really want to show a close-up of him. Just to have a beat in between. So maybe the flare goes out. The little ghost aura that he's charging up, it goes out or something. Thanks, Yomunger. I mean, he's gonna have to catch his little brother. He's not gonna let him hit the floor, right? I mean, so let's see. We should probably indicate a little bit of falling here, so maybe we can. Almost like as if he fell out of this panel to this. So let's see. And you know what? To kind of lighten it up, we'll just make it so he's just like immediately starts snoring. You know, so it's not like a serious like, oh my god, we need to rush to the hospital type scene. It's more like he trained his ass off and he's knocked out. So he's surprised. Standing up, but this motherfucker's tall. I would have to shrink them. Well, he's sitting down over here in the corner, right? Okay. Well, I guess he would be on one knee over here since he has to get to his height in this panel. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Okay, so we got the structure. Thanks, Yumi-kun. Appreciate you. Thank you for the heart. Okay, I don't want to erase too much because I want to have some of that there. Live on top of it. Okay, now we've got a scenario there on the page. Clear beginning, clear end. All that's left is to kind of just build on top of it. We're not going to be changing too much of the story flow anymore. We did change it in real time, so we started off with blank, a general idea, went in, and we altered some of this last part right here. We were saying we didn't like him firing, that it's better just to kind of focus in on the main character who passes out so we could have an easier transition. So here.
Coming next, we're going with Falcon Sound Team JDK and more like that.
Thank you, Cicelo. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think it's important to share the whole process and not just the pretty parts. So you guys get to see how you start from a blank page and you build to an idea, and then you build to an actual design, sketch, and you build and build and build in layers and layers. So this is the last page. He's trying to teach his brother how to do the ghost cannon, but every time he tries, he does the destruction cannon, and he's shocked that he can't seem to just do the basic ghost aura, and he goes to this advanced aura, and so he goes and absorbs that destructive aura which is affecting him, but he tells him don't worry about it, just keep trying, try again. And in this page we see day one, he fails at it, he keeps doing the destruction cannon, another day destruction cannon, another day destruction cannon, and the brother realizes, like, dude, if I keep absorbing this I might just pass out. So he tells him, hey, let's take a break, and then he realizes he actually succeeds and did it. And as he goes to check on his brother, he says, hey, congrats, you did it. He notices his brother's passed out standing up, and he finally was able to do it, but it costed him everything. Like, he passed out, and he catches him, and he's surprised at this, basically. And that's it. That's how this page is going to end right here. Okay. I'm kind of thirsty. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. I gotta learn some new techniques in drawing. Do you have a teaching method? Man, I don't like to teach too much because really we have to teach ourselves ultimately. I can only tell you that I could give you like fundamentals, like tell you what to look into in terms of like reading figure drawing books by Michael Hampton. That'll give you a lot of shortcuts to anatomy. But the best thing I can tell you, I think, is you gotta just put in the mileage, show up to the blank page, and get curious about what is waiting for you there on the other side. So spend time with it. Scribble. If you look at some of my other videos, you'll see, like, I'll start off with like a scribble. I'll look for interesting shapes within the scribbles, lightly erase, bring out those shapes, keep doing that until I can start to build a story and build something out of it. That's what I would say, is like really get curious about what shapes you're interested in, and to just practice the fundamentals, which you could find everywhere. YouTube, Pinterest, they're all there for you to just kind of practice. You gotta just keep practicing. No problem. Hi, Silo. Thank you, NT Verse. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Oh. Thank you, Vivi. One moment. If you guys are also working on your own comic, you guys should be drawing it while I'm drawing it instead of just watching me. Do a small version of it, if anything. But I like to do this because I want to show you everything. I want to show you from the beginning. I want to show you to the end how I approach it, and hopefully that'll inspire you guys to do your own stories, your own comics, your own pieces. And it doesn't have to just be comics, it's just any art form. One moment, y'all, one moment. Let's actually get these panels locked in then.
Next up, we got a little roll trip.
How's that? last one. Like this. Thank you, Long Beach. Okay. Yeah.
You might not know lined up now. I'm going to start with the vibes of Are You Open by It Explodes. All about that mix of chill, breakcore, and jump. Take a listen.
Are you drawing a comic or manga? Yes, I am. How you doing, bro? Yeah, we're working on the next page. After we did this page, we're working on the next page right here. So we live streamed from a blank page to storyboarding to first layer of like the pencils, which I guess this is just a continuation of storyboarding. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. Showing you guys from A to Z. Hey, what up, Sonny? Welcome back. Nice, boba tea. What's your favorite flavor? Honeydew? Honeydew boba. That's my favorite. Honeydew boba. Probably put his hair the other way, just so it doesn't.
Thank you, Courtney.
information.
no harm done, but charge you with your horn. That should do.
Maybe we should show an in-between. So him falling. Seems a little trippy.
Blueprint rounding out the set. On deck, the latest instructor for polishing silver.
Okay, and the next page will show him snoring, so it's like he's okay. And then we'll segue into the next part of the scene with that. Okay. Okay, I have the structure down. Alright, I'm gonna take a little break. We've been going at it for 2 hours. When we come back, what we're gonna work on is just pretty much making this look cleaner. Not super clean, of course. Just enough to be inkable for me, right? I don't need to make it super tight because I'm the inker, right? If I had an inker friend or coworker, I would just make sure that it's tight enough that they could tell what the heck is going on and that they can do the job that I want them to do. We're gonna bring these a little more higher. This one for sure needs to get to the next level of tightness. This is what we're shooting for, maybe even above that a little bit. But that'll be in the next live.